right, so we mentioned a couple of different books. One I want to talk about here is the Job at Glassworks Inc. It's their product catalog. You're going to find lots of good material in here, burners, electric elements for our ovens and like that. And the other one is this one here. It's called the Glassblower's Companion. And basically it shows you how to build all of the basic equipment and gives you some of the basics on how to put all this together. It also has a wonderful, wonderful glossary in the back that's going to give you some of the manufacturers and places where we can get things, some of the formulas we use. It's just loaded with good information from a guy who was one of the early ones in on this, Dudley Giverson, great guy. As we talked about our annealing oven and like that, we mentioned that we're going to use insulation in it. Now, your fiberglass insulation isn't going to do it. What you need is a very specialized insulation. Sometimes it's referred to as fiberfrax. Other times it's known as Innswool, depending on the manufacturer. But what it actually is a ceramic fiber. So those little white fibers, they're not glass, they're actually clay, they're ceramic. And they're going to give you a much higher temperature range that you can work with. Now this stuff is great. We use it in a lot of different places. We use it to insulate our ovens. We use it around the burners, in the burner blocks, in our furnaces. Our batch furnace actually is completely wrapped with it, both the tank below and the crown above, because it does such a good insulating job. Okay, got to be a little careful with it. It's friable. Stuff can get in the air. You can breathe it. You really don't want that in. So we always recommend that when you're working with it, wear a simple face mask so you don't have those particles getting in your lungs. Gloves are a good idea if you can wear gloves. It's not as bad as fiberglass. Some people use it bare hand, that's fine. I find that wearing a pair of gloves when we're working with it is easier. Any place you need a high temperature insulation, this is the stuff. It works in the glass shop. Now, when we put it in our ovens, you want to coat it with a little grog or some sodium silicate or something just to bind it so you don't have dust coming up in the air. We do that every couple of years, go back and touch them up. It just makes it a little more pleasant environment. While we're talking about that, we should mention that, OSHA refers to glass shop as a hostile environment. There are some dangers involved. And whatever you do when you set up your shop, wherever you're going to set it up, however you do it, if it's outside, inside, whatever, make sure that it's well vented. Okay, not only do you need to take away all the heat, but when we melt that batch and when you're dealing with colors, there's a lot of heavy metals involved. There's a lot of stuff that we're smelting that we're kind of changing its form from solid to liquid, and it off-gases, and you breathe that stuff. So guys, if you've been at this a while, go get a heavy metals test. Make sure that everything's okay there. It can be really detrimental to your health, and it's one of those things that kind of creeps up on you. It's not like a cold that comes on all of a sudden. So you got to remember that you want to do this. It takes a long time to really get good at it. You want to be around for a long time, have a long career. Make sure you're wearing that mask. Make sure you got good ventilation.